Oh yeah. Yo, AWO in the house. What's up, guys? It's me. It's the AWO Aerial Order. What's up? How you guys all doing this afternoon on a Saturday? Guys. Yeah, it's Saturday, right? Yeah, it's Saturday. Just making sure it's Saturday. Yeah, man. Well, hope to see you guys in the chat very soon. Start popping in. Remember, I do earlier streams on the weekend. That you all know. Much earlier streams on the weekend. And I hope you guys join me for this stream. All right. Say hello. All right. Man, we're at the final few days of March. Can you believe we're already heading into April of 2025? It feels like we just started 2025. What's good, Degrassi? What's good today? Things are good. Things are good. I had to take care of some minor business just before I started, which I took care of. I do feel good. Feel great, actually. Yeah, I plan to get dinner after. Out, go out after the stream. Plan to get something after the stream. I feel like having a burger later tonight. That's what I feel like having tonight. A hamburger. Don't know why. But I'm gonna save that for later. All right. Let's see who. That's just Degrassi's in the house so far. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about. Couple of things. Spider-Man. Um, Harvey's maybe. Harvey's. Yeah, maybe from Harvey's. Canadian. I don't know if you get Harvey's in the States. Sorry. I don't know if you get Harvey's in the States. I know it's a Canadian fast food chain, but that's what I plan to get tonight. Well, after this. But like I said, we're going to talk about Spider-Man, Blade, and Superman. And also, I'm going to go off on Superman. Not because of Superman, not because of the film, but because of stupidity from some people around Superman. Again, this movie is bringing out the pettiness, the pettiness, the stupidity of some people. Definitely, and clout and clout. It's I think Degrassi knows what I'm talking about when I mention that stuff because he knows what I'm talking about because I showed him the DMs. I know Blinded knows too. Yeah, okay, say his name. Yeah, Mad Max Entertainment. No, I'm not gonna go really, really hard on him, but I saw the stream yesterday. Saw the title. I listened to some of it. That title is really ridiculous, man. Blinded, you want to come on? You're free. I know you might be busy. You might be busy, but because you may have work, I know you have work. So if you want to come on, you could come on. You'd be my buddy, my partner in crime here. But yeah, Blinded saw that. Matt DeGrassi saw it, and some of the people in my community obviously saw. James Gunn can't help himself. MCU optimism. Bradley Cooper and Superman. Like this. Like I read that. I'm like, Max, have you watched movies before? TV shows before? Don't you know anything? Don't you know anything? Why? This is evidence. This is proof that the Snyder cult, the Snyder fans, some of them, like people like that, can't accept, operate, can't get through their heads that things have moved on. And it's not, there's a thing called brain rot, right? Brain rot, right? So Snyder brain rot, right? ROT, right? Brain rot. This is an example of it. Clearly, because nobody else besides Snyder fans or Snyder cultists, people in the cult would do this. Would make a video like that. Nobody. Okay? No rational, sane person would do that. Hey, sideways. And I forgot what I'm mentioning when referring to. Well, there's a rumor. Yeah, thank you, sideways. Exactly. There's a rumor out there that. Okay, we'll talk about the Spider-Man stuff after. There's a rumor out there that Bradley Cooper may be in James Gunn's Superman, maybe as Jor-El. Now, remember a couple weeks ago, the rumor of the week was Tom Cruise maybe in Superman, but now it's new. Now it's Bradley Cooper, possibly in Jor-El, as Jor-El in Superman, the movie. Okay, a surprise appearance by Bradley Cooper as Jor-El. Okay, it's a rumor. Okay. Actually, it's not a rumor. It may not be a rumor. It may not be a rumor. Maybe actually confirmation. I'm going to be careful here. That should be a definition. I don't even think you know what? I would classify it as different than MCU brain rot, man. You think it affected them? You want to? Man. Okay. So it may not actually be rumor. It may be actually true. No, Degrassi doesn't. He actually, well, maybe a little bit. They kind of have a little bit of the same face, a little bit, but not much. But whatever, right? It's but okay. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the ironic ridge because I heard the exact same thing. So which is dumb because yeah, I'm gonna explain my reasons. but with this with Mad Max. James Gunn can't help himself. MCU optimism. Bradley Cooper's like James Gunn is not the only director that casts people that worked with them in the past in films and TV shows. He's not the only one. And how does MCU optimism? Because they worked, Bradley Cooper and James Gunn worked on the MCU with Guardians. So what? So if he wants to bring Bradley Cooper over, big deal. So what? He's bringing his brother over. He's bringing Nathan Fillion over. But this, like, stop calling out James Gunn. Stop calling out James Gunn for bringing somebody he worked with that Nolan does a lot of times. He worked with and had a good relationship with into his films. Because James Gunn is not the first, and he certainly won't be the last director to do this. I don't care if it's an MCU or DCU or the Star Wars universe or Star Trek, whatever. It doesn't matter a franchise. It can matter. It just doesn't matter if it's a franchise or a standalone film. Okay, like Nolan does. Besides, Nolan has done all Nolan films are standalone for The Dark Knight, and he does bring in people that he's worked with into his standalone films. Like Robert Pattinson's back, right? Robert Pattinson was a Tenet. He's an Odyssey. Anne Hathaway was in a couple of his films. Now she's back in Odyssey. Okay. Martin Scorsese, almost every single film he does has Leonardo DiCaprio in it. So stop going after Gunn for doing what other directors do. Just because you're upset you're not getting your precious Snyderverse coming back. Don't take it out on Gunn for doing something every other director does. Okay? Okay? Because it makes you look bad. It makes you look stupid. Really, really stupid. I'm sorry. It makes people look stupid. Really, really stupid. And you know what? People on YouTube, X, Twitter, they do post, they do make videos, live streams, and they do tweet out stupid comments to get a reaction. That's true. To get a reaction, to get clout, clicks, clout views, whatever, attention. They do it, and they're willing to make themselves look dumb for attention, right? It's not, you know what it's called? It's called not having any fucking pride. It's not having any fucking pride. When you really to do that for attention, to make yourself say dumb shit or produce dumb videos or live streams just to get attention, it means you don't have any fucking pride. It means you really sell out your pride for attention. Okay? That's what it means. Okay? Why is it a big deal if James Gunn cast somebody he's worked with in previous films in his Superman film? Like when every other director does the exact same thing. Oh, look at his latest live stream, Sideways. Yeah, come in blinded if you're free. I'm just asking if you're free. You could come in, but like seriously, it's not a fucking big deal because most directors do it. A lot of directors do it. Okay, and if he is playing Jor-El, it's not like he's playing the character in 90% of the film. He's going to be in a little bit if he is. All right, it looks like he is. I'm just saying. I'm not going to 100% confirm it. But this is an example of Snyder syndrome. Okay, it should be like classified as a new mental illness called Snyder syndrome, something like that. We should really, for these people that think like this, we really should develop. We should really name an illness for this, because this is clearly for attention, obviously, but this is also clearly. Yeah, this is true too. This meant nothing, and this created a whole thing. Snyder symbiote. I just stop it. I mean, I did a whole stream I did a whole stream last week. Last week, was it? On Superman? Was it last week? Guys, help me remember. Let me check myself. Okay, 6 days ago. 6 days ago. Yeah. Okay, so it was basically last week. And I did a whole stream. You guys were there. And yeah. And this is exactly fit one of the categories, one of 3 categories that was kind of thinking is in. And it's definitely the Snyder. Oh, by the way, I can easily attack Zack Snyder for the exact same thing these people like Max is attacking James Gunn. Because Zack Snyder, oh beloved, Zack Snyder doesn't Max know that Zack Snyder cast Wade Fisher in Rebel Moon? Oh wait, he was in BVS for a little bit. Justin Lin is the main player, but he also cast him in Rebel Moon. Can I just accuse Zack Snyder the exact same thing? You know why I'm not going to accuse Zack Snyder the exact same thing? Because directors do this very often. Yeah. I literally I just hit myself over the head with that. Like I just hit myself on the forehead. Like just right now. Like when I talk about this, it makes me feel like I'm losing fucking brain cells. Say his name and he. You gotta stop thinking like that, guys. Okay? Stop saying people like this. Stop saying, "Oh, I hope this movie doesn't do bad." Okay, if you hope this movie doesn't do bad, then don't make a fucking video about that. About Bradley Cooper being in a film for like 2 minutes, maybe. Epitism. Man. Oh, I remember this. Yeah, I remember this. Like 5 years ago, man. That was like 5 years ago. I remember that. It's really dumb. It's just, it makes me cringe when I see something like that. So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah. Like, here's how you could debunk. Here's how you could debunk Here's how you could debunk Max on that title in that stream. You could just say James Gunn's not the only director that does this. Okay. Like, that's just showing me how much you want. Ryan Coogler is working with Michael B. Jordan. Exactly. Michael B. Jordan. Ryan Coogler is working with Michael B. Jordan. He worked on Creed, Black Panther. Oh, Sinners. Doomsday Castle gives Snyder terrorist hopes. No, it doesn't. See, Degrassi? This is an apple and orange situation. It doesn't give. If they think it gives them hope, then I don't know, man, because they're already lost. This is not going to bring them closer to the light. It's actually bringing This is not bringing them closer to the light. This is actually bringing them farther into the darkness. If you know what I'm talking about there, what I'm trying to say there, because this is not the same thing. Apple and oranges. Okay. Like, the MCU you can say it's been around since 2008, 2009. Technically now MCU has been around 20 years now? 25 years? 25 years now? You can say now. You can add about 8 or 9 more years on that, right? It's not the same thing. The return of the Fox X-Men is definitely a good sign. No, it's not. It's not the same thing. It's like, really? Like Degrassi? I guess they missed it. I guess they missed the recent interview with Ben Affleck, who says he's not coming back to do comic book movies, huh? I guess they forgot that part. Oh, 98. I mean, yeah, you could do Blade. Blade's a good point. Blade. I thought Blade was 97. I didn't. But it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. Because Warner Brothers, James Gunn has no interest in doing this. They're going a different direction, a clear different direction with the DCU. And yes, maybe a character like Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn was originally supposed to be in the DCU in 2016, but the Harley Quinn that if Margot Robbie comes back to Harley Quinn, it's gonna be part of the new DCU. It's gonna be like a different version, more closest to the Suicide Squad. Okay, the Suicide Squad, the one James Gunn directed. Why do we have why like I don't know why people have to make a big deal about this. Just because you don't like a director, you're accusing him of nepotism. Oh, and nepotism because of his brother too, and his wife being in his films. Let's not forget that. Where, as very common all the time, Adam Sandler has his wife in his films. You probably don't know his wife in his films because his wife is not a very well known actress. You've seen her in her films, but she's not a very well known actress. But he has his wife in his films. Okay. Snyder fans they're always in that phase, man. They can never get out of it. They'll never come out of that phase. Okay, they're gonna be stuck in that phase till the day they die, or they get older. Okay, like Willie, Willie, Willie. I just looked at him and like, dude, James Gunn is not the only director who does this. Like, how, how, maybe, maybe, maybe we'll help. Maybe we'll move on. Maybe we'll get to the denial stage and the stages of grief. You know, because I think it's pretty clear. I think all the same people, not the Snyder fans, but the same people know it's dead. You know it's dead. It's not coming back. People like us. Gotta stop. You gotta, people like Max, you gotta stop it. Stop with that. Because that's not pride at all. You have no pride when you talk like that, when you make a stream like that. That's no pride. No pride. When you're willing to come up with idiotic stream names that don't make sense, that it can easily be disproven, that show your pettiness, your hate, and you don't believe what you make streams. You don't believe when you're saying grifters, like grifters do. Grifters have. Here's the thing about grifters: they have no fucking pride. Okay, if you have to lie to your audience to make money, deep down you have no pride. Man, he's getting retire as a director. When he starts doing movies for Hallmark, when he gets to the point where Hallmark is in the cast, Hallmark is going to be the only studio that's going to go after Zack Snyder for movies. That's. I'm sorry. I just had to say that. I just had to say that because it's just a stupid. It's stupid. I don't. I don't make videos about Martin Scorsese directing, accusing him of nepotism with playing favorites. I don't accuse him of do that because that's very common in the industry. If you're gonna go after him, you got to accuse about almost every single other director out there. Too, you got to go after him, Zack Snyder, the Russos, uh, Ryan Reynolds with Sean Levy. You know, you got to go after everybody. Okay, like I don't have the energy for that or the desire to do that or the here's blinded. See, I'm pissed.
What's up?
I'm very frustrated. I don't know. It's the stupidest
Yeah,
thing I've
fuck
seen.
Mad Max, bro. Like this guy's oh my God. We gotta some of these people, I just don't give a fuck no more. Um,
Oh,
it's been years since I've interacted with him. I know there's still people in our circle who interact with him,
which is fine.
but he's annoying. He's
Yeah.
annoying. He's a manipulator. Um, and he's got severe issues, right? Um, and again, he's just championing the Snyderverse because he has a personal attachment to it. I'm not gonna air out his business, but he said all the personal stuff of why he's such a diehard Zack Snyder fan and why he loves the Justice League Snyder cut or whatever bullshit, right? But he's a manipulator. He's a fucking annoying pest, and that's why I don't go over there anymore.
Yeah.
And they're just gonna keep fucking talking about the Snyderverse. These people are fucking man
Um,
children. They don't got fucking anything else going on.
Ironic.
Uh
I'll let you continue, Blind. Ironic. Actually, Warner Brothers is working with them. They're doing like a prequel to 300, I think, or something.
listen, if they bring back the Snyderverse, it's gonna be years from fucking now, right? And if Superman makes more money than Man of Steel, then you can guarantee it's gonna be it may not even come back, right?
I don't think it's
And
coming
they
back at
just
all.
well, no, it's not coming back at all. But I'm
Period.
s- but but I'm just saying, like, if there is a chance, right? But these people, again, I've said this before, they don't care about DC. They only care about Snyder or the Snyder stuff because they have some personal attachment. They never
It's
read
it's
DC
it's an
comics.
it's an
They
illness.
they don't care about the source material. They don't care about the
Yeah,
other
it's an illness, blinded.
adaptations.
It's an illness.
It's annoying. I mean, these people have nothing else. They have no fucking hobbies. They sit here and they talk all this shit. Um, and that's why if you go and you check, their viewership has gone down significantly
Yeah,
over the
yeah.
years, right? No one is watching Mad Max like 3 years ago. Like 3 years ago, yeah, he would get like 100 people watching, which I
Sometimes,
mean,
yeah. If
yeah,
talking to
now
Snyder,
he's got
yeah.
like 20 people watching, all and they're all just arguing about the same shit over the last 40 years. The last four
4
years
years.
feels like 40 years.
I know. It's just like when you talk about James Gunn, the casting Bradley Cooper in the film, he talks about epilism, right? Is it called epilism? Like it's like
Yeah,
right?
nepotism.
Was it nepotism towards family? It could be the same thing, I guess.
Yeah,
Whatever.
they always bring this up like as if Hollywood doesn't do
Yeah,
this. On top of
I
that too, it's like it's not even a big deal. Like who the fuck cares, right? Like
you can name 100 directors that do that, right? Like,
I think the only thing that it being a big deal is, and the thing is, everybody in Hollywood does this. It really
yeah,
should be based on your resume, based on your experience, but that's not how it works. And you can complain about that in terms of the quality of movies that we get or TV shows, right? But let's be honest, James Gunn has made good stuff, so people are going to give him the benefit of doubt. He's made good movies. He's made a good show. And you may not like it. Like, at what point do you not just move on, right? Like, again, I didn't like some of the stuff that was happening with Star Wars. I didn't watch the stuff afterward. I only watched the
yeah,
stuff that I wanted to or that was good. right? You don't have to be obsessively talking about something. It's not gonna happen. When are you gonna fucking move on? It's like talking about the same chick every fucking day, even though she rejected you 20 years ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's
what the
like
hell?
it's
It's
obsessive.
weirdo shit.
It's really
It
obsessive.
really is. Like, it's like, again, you're gonna go, and I see people, all these different channels, right? Like, that's why I'm sick of this outrage culture bullshit, because it's like, first off, one, half of you guys don't even care about the source material. You guys don't go to the comic book store, and you could say, oh, I don't like modern comics. You could still go to the comic book store and buy old comics.
Yeah.
They have old comics. You know that, right? You know
You could
that,
buy
right?
graphic
But
novels from 20, 30 years ago,
yeah, you
40
could
years
buy
ago.
omnibuses. You could
You,
buy a ton of different stuff,
you
right? If
you
you
don't even
if
have
you
to go to the
supposedly
store.
care about this stuff, right?
You could buy digital issues from the 60s, 70s, or 80s,
Or
90s.
yeah, well, you could buy it physically too. They do reprints.
Yeah, it's true too. That you could get older
They
issues.
don't care about the source material. They have an attachment to the Snyderverse stuff. You
Yeah,
got the movies. They came out and gave you a Zack Snyder cut, right? After years of thinking it was never gonna happen, and then they finally did it. It didn't work out. They moved on. The whole fucking DCU crumbled and failed and bombed, right? Every single fucking movie after fucking Justice League, well, besides Aquaman,
and
uh,
well,
really
Batman was
wasn't this
separated.
mash.
Yeah,
Yeah, really wasn't this smash hit. So they rebooted it. They're keeping some elements or whatever, but it's mostly a reboot. Let's be honest, right? Like,
he's
Peacemaker,
he's
and some of the
keeping
characters. Sure, fine, whatever.
he's keeping what he's done. He's done.
Right, which I mean, outside of a couple of characters, it isn't really. There's
Yeah,
not really a lot of attachment to the other DCU. Like, it could just stand on its own, to be honest. But again, there's
yeah.
just some casting decisions and some mentions and references to the other materials, but it's not a big deal. Like, the Superman movie hasn't come out yet. By all means, it seems like it's going to be a success, right? And let's be honest, it's a reboot. No one should
There-
really expect $1 billion. Nobody should expect any movie to make $1 billion anymore.
I mean,
The movie,
Thunderbolts is not even expected to have $100 million opening.
no, well, I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
I like, again, it's like all these people you go and it's, again, these people talk about the same thing over and over again. They haven't fucking moved on.
Mhm.
They supposedly don't like the direction of DC, but here they are every night talking about it. Right? It's just weird. I think it's really weird. You can have your criticism and stuff, but why the obsession? Why the
This is
constant
not.
talking about this shit?
This is
It makes
not
no
that. That's not
sense.
criticism. No, that's not criticism.
No, it's not criticism. It's not. The
Yeah.
movie's not even out yet. They say they want it to be successful, but then they shit on it.
Oh yeah,
By
Bat's not
and
the
by
only
the
one.
way, Bradley Cooper, that was a spoiler posted by uh
Oh,
viewer anonymous, or whatever his fucking name is, viewer anon, whatever, that fucking insecure bitch. And
it will.
the only reason why he posted that is because someone on Reddit said call him a liar, and he got pissed off, and
Oh,
he decided to say Bradley Cooper's in the movie, which it was a spoiler, right? That was at the screening, and that was supposed to be a
oh,
surprise, right? Casting. So that's out there now, and it's all because of a little insecure bitch. And yeah, he's an insecure bitch because, why? If someone on Reddit calls you a liar, right? Why do you get fucking mad and try to prove them right? Like, people gotta stop trying to think people actually care, right? Like,
hmm.
they'll call you whatever, you just say whatever back, right? Just say fuck off, or leave it as that. You don't have to reply to them. But again, these scoopers, like, they make money off of this shit.
They're very sensitive scoopers.
Yeah, these scoopers, My Time to Shine, Daniel RPK, uh, even Jeff Snyder is kind of a bitch, right? I don't know if it's because he
He
left
is a bitch.
the big trades, and he's trying to start his own thing, but like, all these people have big egos. They got no fucking talent. They got fucking nothing else going for them. They have to rely on other people's fucking information, right? To then ask, hey, I got a Patreon. Give me a fucking $5 here, and I'll let you in on a secret. That's what they're fucking doing. I mean, it's
It's weird.
pathetic. It's pathetic. Seriously. I'm no gatekeeper, but there's a baseline. It's been my experience that a lot of people in this space never picked up a comic book until Snyder DC. And even then, yeah, I mean, I don't mind. I don't really care, right?
Like,
I
yeah.
started reading comics. when I was like really young kid, and I come off and on. Like sometimes I follow it, sometimes I don't. Right now I'm following it again, but then sometimes I fall off. But I like comic books in general, right? 'Cause that's mostly because I did like to draw as a kid. I like art. I like going to experimenting with all different types of stuff. So that's kind of why I'm still into it, right?
Yeah,
But regardless, like it's a hobby. People on here in this space they want to like prove their knowledge, or they want to prove like they fucking know all this shit, right? But at the end of the day,
with
who the
the
fuck cares, right? We're all a bunch of fucking nobodies. And these people who are absolutely obsessed with the Snyderverse stuff, and it's like, first off, one, I always say this: I don't look at what they do on Twitter because they're fucking irrelevant. It's not even funny. It's just pathetic. You know what I
Yes, you
mean?
know
Like,
what?
it's not like lolcow status like DSP or Wings of Redemption or Boogie, where
Oh my god, the fucking
it's
fat cam
funny to,
shit.
yeah,
Look at
where
fucking
it's
fat
funny to
cam.
look at them freak out. No, this is a bunch of obsessed man babies who constantly put hashtags on Twitter crying about how their fucking universe that flopped and failed several times isn't coming back, and now
Agreed,
they have a
Degrassi.
new universe. Yeah, it's a trend. Many of these tourists, yeah, well, they're all fucking tourists in my opinion. They're fucking. It's a really annoying. They don't really even care about Marvel or DC. Like they don't actually care. They're not. They don't care about the games. They don't care about the comic books. They don't even care about some of these more niche characters that people like. That how some people have an affinity for obscure characters. They
Yeah.
don't give a fuck about any of that. They just want to see the big movies, which is fine. But like, why you gotta fucking tear down everybody else, right? Who wants to enjoy the other stuff too, right? And maybe we want to see that in a movie. Maybe we want to see a classic Superman
They're
because
they're
Man of Steel didn't
they're
really go anywhere after.
they're shitting on the idea there's gonna be humor in this movie. Guys, have you watched
Yeah,
fucking
like
the first Superman movie? There's fucking
what?
humor in that
Which, by the
movie.
way, what is wrong with humor?
What's
I mean,
Superman?
I know
Superman's
you
always had
guys,
humor,
you guys,
right?
you guys are not funny people. You guys can't joke around and make jokes and shit
But
like that. You guys are
it's the
miserable
thing
fucks.
though.
But
There's always been humor in Superman. He's
of
lighthearted.
course,
He's like he's
of
not
course,
Batman.
By the way, humor is not a bad thing. It's an
No.
emotion. It's an emotion.
The
Like people
original the
laugh,
original
they have
Superman
fun.
movie. The
You could
1977
still have a
movie.
deep story and have humor in it. God forbid. Fucking forbid, right? Oh my God. Like, and then people were another thing that came out
Mm-hmm.
that I saw, Daniel RPK, that fucking bitch, right?
Who said I
He
never said
he
this?
yeah, he's like, yeah, I never said this. Well, now you did. Okay, I'm putting words in your mouth because you're a fucking liar, and I enjoy slandering your ass because you shouldn't be charging people for fucking insider quote unquote information. Goddamn bitch. Anyway, this guy goes on his Discord and goes, "Hey, I heard that Superman is like a television series where there's no through line plot, and it's like a TV show." And then everybody in the Discord is like, "Oh my God, this is terrible," and
That's
blah blah blah.
bullshit.
Meanwhile, you guys are the same people saying, "Oh, comic book movies, they're all the same and stuff." So now they do a movie that's like a slice of life where we're seeing different
Huh.
aspects of Superman, and now, oh, it's terrible, it's bad. You haven't seen the movie, and on top of that, too, you guys are a bunch of hypocrites. You guys don't even know what you want. And that's why yeah, you guys really crying about we need this and we need that. You guys can't even keep your story straight, right?
No.
It's one moment, you guys don't like this. Then 2 seconds later, you don't like this. Like you again, it's like this is supposed to be entertainment. It's supposed to be, after a long day of work, you come and you look at this. Maybe it promotes a discussion, maybe it inspires you or whatever. But it's not that fucking deep. It's not that serious, right? And I'm sick and tired of these people, man. Like, oh my God, they're just
You know
please,
what?
like, find a new hobby, do
I think the
something else with your life.
scoopers. I think the scoopers don't really like the scoopers hear this. I think there might be people that give them false information, but they don't care because they
They
know they got
have
people to
to.
believe it. They'll get people to believe them, right? Just knowing it's
Yeah,
false
that I
information.
think honestly,
Yeah,
these people,
grift.
I want them to go away. Like they add absolutely nothing. First off, one, they spoil shit in the
This
movie, right?
didn't Marvel admit giving false information sometimes? Just disposable
Yeah, they
scoopers.
do, but we haven't even seen like they need to be putting out more false information. They
Yeah.
need to have egg on their face every single day, and they need to lose Patreon supporters. You're not making content, you're not making articles, you're not putting in effort. You're literally hearing it's like a game of fucking telephone where you have sources, they tell you information, and then you want to charge money for that? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me?
You know,
Holy
you
shit.
know what? Make your own fucking website. It may be make your own
Yeah,
website. It might be a
make it
fucking
make
might
but
be
they
a trashy
can't.
website, but whatever
But they
happens.
can't. You know, I would have way more respect if they did that. Make your own
Yeah.
website, you know, write articles, right? Do actual inside reporting, right? Talk about other things than just fucking spoilers for comic book movies, right? Like that's what I say, as much as I think Jeff Snyder, he's a uptight asshole,
And
at least he
yeah.
has a fucking website that he's fucking trying to put in some work
And
at
he
least,
doesn't
right?
charge much. He charges like $1. At least like
I mean, yeah, but like to charge fucking people
yeah.
for literally this is what I heard, and then it's bullshit. It's not even real. You know what I mean? Like, come on,
It
right?
is it is technically fraud.
I mean, listen, people charge for all types of dumb shit, right? A pet
Yeah.
rock and all types of. Okay, fine, but this is like in this space, this shit really does need to go. It doesn't add anything, and for some reason, these scoopers have simps now. They have
Yeah, that's
simps.
my time is trying to has some really, really bad simps.
Well, Daniel RPK, like when Daniel RPK responded to my fake slanderous tweet about him, um, he had all these people going, "Yeah, yeah, could you believe that? These idiots. Oh, who would want to do that?" I'm like, holy shit! Like he's got tons of simps following him on his beck and call. These are the guys giving him money. It's like DSP, right? Like
No,
the fucking dents who give DSP money,
it's the same
right?
thing with
Oh my
Grace, man.
god.
Grace does it through YouTube.
Well, great.
Like
Oh, but that's the difference, though. Grace actually makes content. She actually puts
yes.
in work,
And
right?
her scoops is not the
That's
reason why she makes
fine.
money anyway. That's not the reason she makes
That
money anyway.
yeah, that's not the reason why. I'm fine with that. I think these scoopers, listen, even fucking, he did pass away. I don't want to slander the dead, but
Oh, Mikey
Mikey
Sutton.
Sutton at least had a website. You know what I mean? Like at least he
Yeah.
had a website, right? Was he putting out lies? Yes. But at least he put in the effort to make a website, write an article, as even though it was a crappy article, you can write a crappy article. But charging people to say, and it's literally, uh, hey, this is what I heard, and then this bullshit, and you took the guy's money, and you do, and by the way, it's not like he's putting out tons of rumors, right? Because the rumors eventually come out there, right? It's information. It's not an
Hmm.
article. It's not it's just literally hearsay. He's charging for hearsay.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. I'm sorry, I need to get out that rant because I'm like so sick and tired of it. Seeing it and people
That's why
uh,
most of them hide behind a an
like
avatar.
some avatar and yeah.
Like they don't want to expose themselves. Um, Jeff Snyder, like most of these people, the scoopers, I don't think they ever worked in the fucking industry at all. So
No, I mean there is a rumor that My Time to Shine
yeah,
worked in the concept art department of Marvel. And she doesn't anymore, and that's probably why all her scoops are all wrong. And she tried to dabble in other scoops too, like she was trying to talk
yeah,
about video game news and
yeah,
also for her too, like she keeps shitting on James Gunn. I think they're shitting on James Gunn because James Gunn has pretty much snuffed out their business. That's
yeah.
why.
He's one of the few directors who like one of the few people who was quick on it. On
Which by the way, good. Good. He deserves to snuff out your business. Your business is a fucking scam. Scoops rumors have always been his
it's
thing. Yeah, going on all the way
I
back,
think
even legitimate productions. No, I don't. We all know that.
it's
There's
just
always
social
been
media,
rumors
right?
and
Social
stuff.
media exaggerated it to like a whole new
Scoops
world.
and people. Yeah,
Yeah,
people are always going to do that. My issue. is the way it's done now, currently, where people are spreading lies. They have a Patreon account being like, hey, come subscribe to my Patreon account. Give me all this fucking money for shit you don't even deserve. It's hearsay. You're charging for hearsay. Put it out there for free. Put it out there for free.
Eh.
And people just want clout from these scoops too. They're like, they want to be the person who was like, oh, I told you here first. So then they can get credibility and then they can spread more bullshit. Yeah, he became the Punisher. He sniped out these idiots. These people just need to go. It's so annoying. Like they killed the whole. By the way,
Yeah,
I
see,
don't mind
I
scoops
think it
and
all.
rumors. It's fun to talk
It's
about that
true.
stuff.
The grass is right.
Yeah,
They do sell a
because
couple.
they need. It's like because again, they don't. Their business is on shaky grounds, right? So they need to sell this bullshit. They need
Mhm.
to. They're already in. The business of scamming people. So you might as well get into other scams
Especially
like crypto
crypto.
and gambling, right? Yeah, it all makes sense. But these people, they like scoops and rumors were fun to talk about, right? It was speculation. You didn't know, right? It was all there as a way to anticipate for the movie or whatever, the game or whatever's coming out. And then you play it and then you either like it or you don't like it, right? But now it's become this like, oh, well, this rumor has to be 100% because this person has a track record and all this shit. It's like, like it just takes away from the fun and the mystery of all of it. Like now
Yeah.
people know the r- right when the movie comes out, everybody already knows what the movie is because of the scoopers, because they say everything. Like we didn't need to know that Bradley Cooper was in the movie. Right. And by the way, people on the Sad Max channel are arguing, well, it's not even that big of a deal. Who's Bradley
It
Cooper and
is a
blah,
big
blah.
deal. It
It
is a
is
big.
a big deal. I mean, first off, one, Bradley Cooper is a beloved actor. What are you like? All of a sudden now they're like, oh, it's not a big deal. Who cares? Are you like, if people, he's not in the move. No, I mean, he's not advertised in the movie. It
No,
would have been
because
a
he was not
surprise.
because he was supposed to be a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, like they usually, yeah, a famous actor. I mean, the trend that they've put on was a famous actor playing Superman's father, right? So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, people kind of expected a big actor to play his father, and it's like, okay, well, that makes sense. I mean, but they put it out there, and then these people are now trying to downplay it. I honestly feel like, you know what, and this is my prediction. These people on the Sad Max channel, I think they're gonna come around and say they hate the movie when it comes out. And they're gonna keep going right up until saying no, they don't hate the movie. They're looking forward to it. But I think in all
So
honesty, they're
so
gonna
do I,
sit down, watch the
Degrassi.
movie, and
So
not
do I,
like it.
Degrassi. Degrassi, I
I
made
have a
up
better, yeah,
rumors.
I know,
Hey, Blinded can prove. I know you, Degrassi, know this. Blinded knows. I made up rumors just sort of hell, but some of them end up coming true, and I had nothing. I had no sources. I just made
yeah,
them up.
yeah, I know. You could say
I'm
a
the one.
bunch of things.
I'm the one who broke Hercules was going to be in Thor: Love and Thunder, and no Scooper had that.
Yeah,
It's true. It's true. I'm the one who broke George Clooney was going to be the Flash.
yeah,
Before Grace supposedly broke it. But I did as a joke. I did those as a joke. Because I like the message scoopers too, right? So
yeah. They just deserve to get messed
when
with, honestly.
when you have somebody making scoops as a joke and they end up coming true, it makes the scoopers really look bad. It does.
Yeah, I mean, I like it when they're proven all wrong and stuff.
Yeah.
It's always funny to see them melt down and stuff. But the super like to all the people who hate Superman just because, right?
Oh,
You
or the
love
ones
fucking Man of Steel and the Snyderverse stuff.
or
I
the ones
hope
that
this
say
movie
or the ones that
makes
yeah, or the ones like blinded. You said this a couple times on the stream. Or the ones that say I don't want this movie to fail, but they make
yeah,
videos or posts about why
John
this movie.
O'Rourke, Matt Jarbo, all those
Yeah,
people. Who,
yeah,
yeah,
like
every time completely forgot about these people. They show, and this is what happens when you go back on Twitter. These people all just fucking resurface, right? Because other people, I guess, like in our circle, people are following them, and then I see them, and then I'm like, oh, as usual, they're saying dumb shit that makes no fucking sense.
some work has to be because he works in the industry and he has worked with some pretty big actors, and
I've
I'm
said
pretty
this.
sure.
I think he has a personal issue or something, and that's why he's saying this because it makes no sense. I mean,
Well,
he also doesn't really talk about Marvel, so I'm also guessing maybe he's just sick and tired of the superhero stuff. He's not really like there's some people who are into the comic book uh space, and the movies could go away and we would still read comic books, right? Like the movies, I would be sad if the movies went away, but I'm still gonna read the comic books. If they come up with
hmm.
games, I'm gonna still
You
play the
know,
games.
they said the movies are going to go away for other comic book movies.
Mhm.
They're not going to go away, but
No, but I'm
they,
just saying,
yeah,
yeah.
I know. But yeah, like there's a lot. I don't know. Enosh, I don't know if he'll ever return. Maybe he'll return for the Superman. Maybe that's it for like a couple days or a week. But I don't know if he'll ever return. He hasn't really been
Mhm.
consistently streaming like in 2 years. Um, there's a lot of personal stuff with Enosh behind the scenes. What's going on with them? I can't
Mhm.
discuss. Know a little bit about. But Enosh is not one of those crazy Snyder fans. He's actually cool with Gunn. He's okay with James Gunn. And he accepted that the Snyderverse is not coming back. Um, he's accepted that a long time ago. But yeah, the one I mean, this Max hasn't accepted it clearly. It's
No,
just okay. It's
he's
it's
not
being
going to accept it, by the way. The
no.
only way he will accept it is if we're like three movies in and they're all do fucking gangbuster numbers. I think that maybe he will be like, well, but I don't think he'll admit he's wrong.
Yeah,
If
that's true.
anything, he'll just pivot and say, well, now that Superman's successful, maybe we can have a Henry Cavill crossover at some point.
we're gonna do the multiverse
Yeah,
in DC.
let's do a Superman multiverse movie with only Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill's more likely to come back in the MCU
Yeah.
as a variant of Wolverine than Superman. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Right? That's more likely to happen. What guys?
Well, maybe Marvel can make Henry Cavill Superman in their universe.
Our
Just say
version of
some dumb shit
Superman.
like that.
I mean, technically, Superman is mentioned in the MCU. Obviously, they can't show
Yeah,
it.
and I bet it's Henry
There's,
Cavill.
there's people actually thought, oh, Marvel is not allowed to mention
What?
Superman and Batman. Marvel's not. There's people in the past like Marvel's not allowed to mention Superman, Batman, or properties of other or characters from other properties. I mean, yeah, they are. You just can't show them. They're allowed to mention
Right.
them. You could do that. You could mention Star Wars. Star Wars is owned by Disney, but you could mention properties, IPs owned by other companies. You could do that. You're allowed to do that. That's not illegal. They do it in the comics all the time, blinded, right? Like,
Yeah, they do. I mean, well, they do it all the time in all types of different media, but yeah.
yeah, like it's not illegal. The only thing that's illegal is actually showing them. Like
Yeah, showing the copyrighted
yeah,
IP.
yeah, you can mention the IP. You can't just. I don't know. It's a big deal, man.
Yeah, there are a bunch of grifters that say anything MC related sucks now. Yeah,
Well,
they
this is stibbed out. This is oh, you probably read the chat, but this is Degrassi. Remember, Doomsday Castle gives Snyder's hope.
yeah, that sounds like a Onion article.
That's a
The
cope, huh?
return of X-Men is definitely a good sign. Yeah.
It's a cope.
Yeah, it's copium. They're taking a hard copium. Like they're
It's
drug addicts of copium. Holy shit.
I'm like, guys, it's apple oranges, man. That's
Fentanyl has nothing on copium.
like that doesn't mean anything, man. Like the X Men are part of the MCU now, and technically they could have Henry Cavill in the DCU as a Superman from another universe because Warner Brothers does own all
Mhm.
DC, so they could technically do that. But let's be realistic here. They ain't doing that. They're not doing multiverse stuff.
Well, Degrassi, did you hear now they're saying Blade is canceled? That the
So
Chad
what?
Stahelski thing was all bullshit and it's not true?
Really?
Yes. That's the new thing
Oh,
going around now.
oh man.
Of course. I mean, first off, one, I don't
What
believe
about the Ghost
Blade
of
is
Tsushima movie? Wasn't he supposed to do that one too?
yeah.
So how many movies is this guy supposed to do?
He's got a lot. I think they recently said John Wick 5 is in the works too.
Yes, John Wick 5, yeah. Now you got like he's doing
I thought he
Highlander.
was
Oh,
gonna make Highlander and then he was gonna do Ghost of Tsushima and then John Wick 5.
Ghost of Tsushima was announced like 5 years ago. That's how long it was
Yeah,
like
I
announced as
know.
the game
We're
came
getting a
out.
new game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're getting a new game, and they're probably gonna announce the
Blade,
sequel
I
before the
know,
movie comes
right?
out.
By time the movie comes out, we'll probably get a third Ghost game.
Oh yeah,
Crazy.
it'll be like 2 movies to 10 years, right? They have like they'll announce the sequel to the movie as soon as the second game comes out, and then 5 years after that, we'll have like the second. You know what I mean? Like every 5 years, every
Hmm.
time a game comes out, they'll announce the movie to that game as soon as it
I
comes
know,
out.
yeah. I do want him to direct Blade, but I don't know. I think they should honestly, if it is like canceled, quote unquote,
And
I hope they just find a new actor. I don't think Mahershala. I think Mahershala Ali's a little too old for Blade anyway. Get
oh
someone a
yeah,
little bit younger.
it's been 6 years since it's announced. Yeah, Comic Con.
Yeah, I mean, get someone a little bit younger. Let Chad Stahelski do it and come up with something different. I mean, Blade doesn't have like a ton of lore and stuff. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the game comes out and then they just take what was in the game because the game is doing something that is not even in the comics anyway.
that's that's the joke. What will come out first, the game or the movie?
I think the game is gonna, at this rate, I think the
Yeah, the
game is
game.
gonna come out before the movie. I
Man,
really do think so. I mean, in the
hopefully.
game, from what we've seen, it actually looks like I, it looks more inspired by what's that game? There's a sequel to it supposedly coming. It's always getting fucking delayed. Uh, Masquerade Bloodlines,
Hmm.
where it's all like hidden vampire society. I think that makes sense. They should do something like that.
Yeah,
And the game is leaning toward that. They're like vampire or daywalkers who
Blade.
are in
Blade.
Paris who've taken over the corporate world. I think
Blade
it
is like
sounds
the
cool.
one. Blade is like going through the Batman and the Flash production hell, right? Because like,
Yeah,
yeah.
which is never a good sign. I mean, you should.
No.
I think you should at that rate cancel it. Find a new. Honestly find someone who is more interested in Blade. Let them do whatever. Make it rated R. Cast a new actor and get Chad Stahelski to do it. I think Chad Stahelski, a Blade movie like that makes perfect sense. Like let him go all out and just make that movie. It will be successful if they make it interesting. And honestly, like I said, Blade doesn't have a ton of lore, so I feel like they could do a ton of stuff with it. I mean, there are some new cool additions to the
I
Blade lore,
mean,
but they don't need to have that there.
if the rumors about Midnight Suns is ever happening, I mean, Blade's kind of important to that. I would think.
Yeah, but even
Like,
even then, I feel like Midnight Suns needs like a lot of fleshing out. Like
yes, it does. It does need a lot of fleshing out.
they can't just jump right into it. I think they first off one,
No.
they need to either I think they need to have like TV shows building this up. Like have like a Monster Hunter movie or not movie, but like a show or like a special with Elsa Bloodstone.
Monster Hunter movie.
Maybe have a Moon Knight season 2 establish his like cult, and then you could have the vampires and introduce the Daywalkers there. Like they need more of the Monster Hunter characters and then introduce the monsters
And we need
too.
to,
So
we need to see like Mephisto too physically.
yeah, I mean
Also,
they need a ton of characters to really,
supernatural
yeah.
characters.
Because I mean like the original Midnight
Yeah.
Suns, I mean Morbius is a pretty major character on there. They can't use Morbius. Um
Well, they can if Sony lets them.
if Sony
But
lets them, but
if it's a new, if it's a new.
yeah, they obviously would need to recast. We're not having Jared Leto come back. Hell no. Hell fucking no. Morbius could be a cool
Morbius.
character. They just fucked it up.
It's morbid time. It says that in the
Oh
MCU.
man,
The Midnight Suns. In the Midnight Suns, it's morbid time.
Mormon time.
It's like play the big. What the fuck? The thing is, like, there's rumors of Midnight Suns, but people don't understand. They're not rushed like the scoopers say, oh yeah, they're gonna do Midnight Suns, they're gonna do this, and this. There's no signs of that happening because you don't see anything in the shows or the movies showing that moving along. There's literally no
No,
signs of that happening.
yeah, they did that
Okay?
one Werewolf by Night special, and
Yeah.
we've never seen them since. I mean, and they established three major characters in that special, and we still haven't
Yeah.
seen them. I do think Marvel
Nobody
wants
will
to do
take
something with them for sure. It's pretty obvious if you look in the comics how Midnight, a Werewolf by Midnight, he's been around a lot recently in the comics. Man Thing too. So yeah, yeah. I
um
mean,
did that take place in a different universe or the same universe but a different time period?
for what?
Werewolf by Night. The special.
No, the special took
I
place in
don't
modern
remember
day.
modern
Yeah,
day.
yeah. It took place in
It's
modern day.
okay. Oh yeah, oh, man, if Blade is canceled, I mean, like, I won't be surprised if Blade is canceled. But it's been rumored. Blade's been rumored to be canceled for like a year now.
Yeah,
Until they officially say it's canceled, then I'll believe it.
I don't
Like,
think they will like. I mean, they might come out and like how they canceled the Nova series, but they didn't like cancel it.
well, they didn't really cancel the Nova series; they just put it on
Yeah,
hiatus.
well, yeah. I mean, that's their form of canceling it. Like they're basically gonna
Yeah,
whatever script
maybe
they
maybe
have
we'll get to it
now,
later.
they'll probably throw out and then they'll redo it again.
You know what? It's probably because they just want to get rid. They just want to end this saga right now,
Mhm.
like the multiverse saga of Secret Wars, and then get a fresh new start with Phase 7.
I think they're gonna
It's
try to
clearly that's
make less TV shows and try to make TV shows that can
well.
have like multiple seasons.
I think they're going to be more careful going forward with TV
Yeah,
shows. Like, who's going to get a TV show? Because, right? Because it feels like almost everybody got a TV show. I think they're going to reduce that. And they have been
yeah.
reducing that, right? They have reducing that. And I feel like they just want to get rid of the multiverse saga begins with Fantastic Four, that is Phase 6, and ends with Secret Wars. It's only 2 years
Mhm.
apart, right? I think they just want to get rid of the multiverse saga as quickly as possible. That's why you're not hearing any other movies in production or any other else thing or any other shows in production. Right, Vision's Quest and Daredevil season 2 is the only other shows that are in production,
Right.
right? And possibly they're saving some season twos to the next phase, Phase 7, after. Because I think they knew this. I think obviously with the multiverse saga, a lot of things did not go their way,
Mhm.
and they can't realize this is the best way to try to get by is the Doomsday. Bobby Dodger coming back as Doom and doing all this is the best way to get by, because they realized this is not exactly how they went to plan.
Right.
Well, they didn't exactly go to plan. I mean, they got Jonathan Majors. Like,
Yeah, I mean, nothing really went according to plan. I do think they,
yeah,
yeah, more less TV shows. Like if we had TV shows that were like Daredevil, where it's more low budget and more episodes and like, uh, like listen,
so
I didn't hate
they'll make a TV
She-Hulk
show.
or any of that stuff, but I don't think She-Hulk maybe works as a TV show. Like it would have been, I think personally, what they should have done was we should have had like a She-Hulk animated show that was like Archer. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like that was like an adult uh show. I feel like that might have been more appealing to people. Fit
I seen,
more like the character's humor.
I seen, I seen people complaining about She-Hulk twerking in this show,
Yeah.
and I'm like, do you know? Do you ever see She-Hulk in the comics? She's always like in sexy clad clothing and bikinis, stuff like this, and
Yeah, those people
they
are just
always
idiots.
sexualize.
I mean, that's why
They always sexualize
I
her.
think Marvel needs to be just smart of like what they make. You know, like they should promote more variety and not endless, the same stuff over and over again. Like
I agree with Savage. I think Hawkeye and Moon Knight do need season
Moon
2.
Knight should get multiple seasons. I mean, Moon Knight should, like, if they were to do like a Defenders corner, a Midnight Suns corner, you have the Avengers corner, Guardians of the Galaxy, like do that, like do spin-offs, and they don't all have to be live action, but they could still be set in the MCU, right? I mean, you already established
Yeah.
animation in the MCU. Um, and just like keep them standalone, but like they're still canon. I think that would go over much like it's like the comics, right? Like there's so many different tones and styles, like you don't need to read everything, right? But it's still all connected when
Hmm.
they have like a giant event crossover, right? Or there's certain comics that are building up to the main event.
Yeah. So so Spider-Man. There's a rumor
Mhm.
that the Tom Holland is not going to be in Avengers Doomsday because of scheduling
Yeah,
stuff
that's what
conflicts.
that's the rumor.
But it's not Odyssey. Odyssey's filming now, so it can't be Odyssey.
Well,
Like he should be done with Odyssey soon, right? He could, and Avengers Doomsday is filming now to like August,
yeah.
so so I don't think it's just Odyssey. I think it's because I think it's because I think there's other couple films there's not Spider-Man form that he's starring in too.
I mean, the Odyssey might
I
take up
believe.
his time. I think he's a secondary protagonist.
Well, I think he's the son, isn't he?
I don't
Isn't he
think
the son
so.
of?
I don't think so, but
Is he the son of the? Oh, I'm looking at his filmography because I think there's another film he's starring
they
in
they
because he's
didn't.
starting to get more serious roles.
Yeah, I mean, also if they are shooting Spider-Man 4 and it is coming out next year, I mean, wouldn't that be the next movie he shoots? So,
Well, it's supposed to shoot this year,
I mean, he
right?
could still cameo in Spider-Man, or sorry, Avengers Doomsday, but I don't think he would be a main character.
So okay, American Speed Odyssey's film is production.
Mhm.
American Speed. I don't know what's that called.
No clue what that is.
So yeah, yeah. So it's another movie is supposedly starring with Austin Butler. It's about true story of three renowned race car driver brothers,
Mm.
two embroiled in the 1980s scandal. Okay, so here's the thing. I mean there's gonna be more casting, but I think with now because Marvel has changed their contract situation with the actors and actresses. Like it used to be like you sign on for 2 or 3 films, but I think it's one now, right? It's like one film, right? One TV show. I think they changed their how they do their contracts with the cast, and I think some people already, but I already took signed on for this, right? Look at Steven Yen, for example. He was supposed to be Sentry, but he's doing something else, right? Maybe that's it. I don't know. Because Moon like Oscar Isaac said, yeah, I only signed on for the Moon Knight for one season Moon Knight. I think that's what Oscar Isaac said. Nothing else with Marvel. And I don't not sure. I'm not sure. Like they haven't announced everybody to cast for Doomsday, and some people are freaking out about that. Like, calm down, please. Like, relax. But yeah, that's the rumor. The rumor is that his film is going to be happening during Avengers Doomsday is going down, like the events of Doomsday. That's the rumor. Now, Jeff Schneider said this, right? Blinded, you there? Blinded?
Hold on, give me a
Okay, I
second.
know we're blind.
Sorry.
All right, all right. He'll be right back. But I think it's Jeff Schneider. Well, you think it's a Brie Larson? She might show up, but if you see Brie Larson's latest pics, she doesn't have any. She doesn't have. She does. She's kind of bald. Shaved. She has a shaved head. And when I mean shaved head, like really shaved head right now. Because her play, she just did a play there that has a few more weeks. And but don't get me wrong, she's in London. Her play is taking place in London, but she has a shaved head. And obviously Captain Marvel needs hair. That's one I believe that might be the reason. I don't know what else is the reason for her. Look, not everybody can be a main player in Avengers Doomsday. Let's be honest. If you got your own solo film, not all of you could be a main player in Doomsday. You can't. It's just too many people. Too many people. It's like a stacked basketball team. Not all of you could start. Some of you have to be on the bench or just run on the bench. It happens. When a sports team has too much depth, some players are just might be good enough to start, but there might be other players on the team that are better starters than you, and it happens. It happens. I
All
always
right, I'm
landed, yeah.
back.
All right. All right, you're back. That's good. Back from the dead. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, back from the dead.
Man, I wish they would have done Avengers film before Doomsday. Fantastic Four would probably be lead in.
Yeah. What were you saying before?
I forgot. What was I saying? I think Jeff Snyder's the one who went to Tom Holland rumors.
Oh, about the chameleon and all that bullshit.
Oh, that too. Yes. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah,
Chameleon?
he's saying that Spider-Man 4's main villain is gonna be the chameleon,
Not the
but not
chameleon.
the
Right? Like,
chameleon because of Craven the Hunter, or it's just like
that's
uh,
bullshit.
like first off, one chameleon being the main villain, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And I also I don't know that like chameleon is a cool character. I don't think he would be an interesting main villain. Um, so I'm kind of like mixed
I
about that.
I never picture him as a main villain either.
No,
Uh,
I thought he would be like a secondary villain or someone who shows up now and then, a reoccurring villain, but
yeah.
not the main threat of a movie.
If man, but they're not going to call him the chameleon because of Craven the Hunter. I know Craven the Hunter was horrible, but that's a dumb reason.
Yeah,
Sorry, that's a
maybe
fucking
they're
dumb
going to
reason.
change him up significantly to make him more of a main villain. But also at the same time, like I have a hard time believing that because if Spider-Man 4 takes place in between Doomsday and Secret Wars, then why not make a multiverse or Spider-Man relate like a big Spider-Man event? You know what I mean? Like for Spider-Man 4.
I'm not opposed to them trying to get Tom Hardy's Venom back.
At this rate, I feel like the MCU should just make its own Venom.
My theory is we're gonna see the Black Symbiote Spider-Man in Secret Wars
Yeah, I mean they would be stupid not to do that. In all honesty,
because there's a combination of both, right? Blind. It's not just the 2015 version. They're adding the 80s stuff in there
yeah.
too. Yeah, because that symbiote is still there. Uh, the one from No Way Home when Eddie Brock happened to be in that universe for like a
Mhm.
minute. He did leave a symbiote there. I mean, you got to play onto that. He's not. He's more of a yeah. He's not a physical threat. He's more of a psychological threat
Mhm.
because, well, he is not. He's not a shapeshifter, but he's a chameleon. Right? He takes on. He takes on. He's like Clayface in the sense that he impersonates people,
Right.
right? And the thing is, might as well just fucking put Craven in this movie. Just get Aaron. You know what? Just get Aaron Taylor Johnson into this movie. Make him a
I
villain
mean,
instead.
I just don't understand why they would not like. Why wouldn't you call him the chameleon and his all his name and stuff just because of Craven the Hunter?
Yeah, I know that movie is horrible.
Yeah, and
Don't get like
nobody
that whole
saw
movie is
that movie
bad, but like,
too.
yeah, nobody's gonna care. You know, like nobody's gonna care. Nobody cares about that. That movie was nobody saw that movie, and I think nobody's gonna fucking care if they call him the chameleon. Like,
Really hope they're not. withholding certain Spider-Man villains just because they appeared in the Sony movies. Because if that is the case, then will the MCU ever have its own Venom? Because that would suck.
One one of the problems is they use in No Way Home. They use five of the arguably five of their top 10 villains.
Yeah.
Green Goblin, Dark Octopus is like top five villains for Spider-Man. Then you have Electro,
Yeah, they pretty
and
much use
just,
the big Spider-Man villains.
yeah,
I mean, Craven, Venom are characters that
oh
you would,
Morbius,
and not so much Morbius. Like
Mor-
Craven and Venom are definitely big characters for Spider-Man to go up against. They would make for an interesting movie for sure.
they
But if they are not going to use them just because they were in the Sony movies, like,
that's stupid.
like Sony should work out a deal with Marvel to let Marvel make Venom movies because Venom is too big of a character to just not have in the MCU. You know what I mean? Like that's a pretty
They
big blow.
they did, and then they trolled us with it.
Yeah, I mean, but those movies are done now. I mean, I know they
Yeah.
again, Daniel RPK, fuck you, Daniel RPK. But he was saying that oh they're making an Agent Venom movie and then all of a sudden they put it on pause because they
And Sonny
yeah
said,
because
"Nope,
Sony said
no
no
more
more
movies."
movies and stuff like that. So I think Sony should just negotiate with Marvel and
You
just
see, I
let Marvel
when
make the
Daniel
movies for them.
when Daniel RPK said that, and when Sony came out and said we're not making any more Spider Verse kind of movies like that live action. That wasn't on no that wasn't just right away when Craven came out in theaters and he knew and it was flopping at the box office. That was decided before Craven came into theaters.
Right.
Like right, that was probably decided probably a few months, probably while Venom came out, and then Craven. That was decided way before Craven,
Mm,
right? Yeah, like yeah, they're not doing the. Well, that was a total lie. Did that RPK update why they weren't doing Agent Venom? Is he probably said, oh yeah, because Sony decided to go in a different direction. I mean, they made a decision before Craven came out. Let's be honest.
right. I don't know. I really
um,
don't know about that Chameleon stuff because it's like I honestly think nobody knows what's going on with Spider-Man 4. People are just throwing shit at the wall. Um,
there was multiverse movie. Some people even threw Null in there.
yeah,
Like,
they were saying that it was going to be a grounded, and then next minute they're
yeah,
not saying it's going to be grounded. It's going to be a multiverse movie, and now it's back to oh, we're going to have Chameleon as the main villain, and you're like, okay, I mean,
that would be grounded. Chameleon's the main villain. Wouldn't that be grounded?
yeah, I would think that
Completely
would be
grounded.
grounded. Uh, if they do an Agent Venom film, I mean, Agent Venom film, eh,
Not in the MCU. Not with fucking that Flash Thompson. Please, no, not
no,
that
I guess
version.
they would do it their own. Someone like if Sony did it, but
Yeah,
I don't know. I
yeah.
mean, I'm kind of glad they put the Sony movies on hold because what, like, no one really wants to see these characters not interact with Spider-Man. Like, it just, they're Spider-Man characters. Like, Venom is the only character who can really work without Spider-Man, but he's still a Spider-Man adjacent character. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like,
Hmm.
um, it's kind of like Nightwing. Nightwing could work on his own,
Yeah,
right? He has his own stories, but he's still attached to Batman, right? Like Venom is still
yeah.
attached to Spider-Man. You can't really separate the two. And that was the problem with those movies. Is like I don't think his origin was very interesting. I think Venom needs to start off as a villain and then let him transition into an anti-hero. And that could have all been done in the MCU. Isn't Sony doing that? Yeah, that's still like apparently not confirmed, sadly.
Oh,
But yeah, apparently Seth Rogen is supposed to be producing a rated R Venom animated movie.
Evan Goldberg.
We also are still getting Spider-Man Noir. Um,
Yeah, that's an
Mhm.
Amazon, Sony Amazon.
So maybe Sony's waiting to see how that show does. And if that show maybe doesn't do well, maybe they just might let Marvel do everything and just you know, let Marvel do all the creative stuff, and then Sony just retains the rights and makes the money and produces the shows and movies. I think that's what they should do. It should
Yeah,
just be
because you see
everything
this,
is in the MCU and forget this fucking
you see what's,
separate
you
universe.
see the quality when you see the quality when Sony just does their Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah,
But when it comes to Spider-Man, when you do a co-production, Spider MCU and Sony with the Spider-Man with Tom Holland, you see the difference, major
yeah,
difference,
and some of
a
these
huge.
characters have been withheld
Yeah.
so long from the MCU that I feel like if you were to do a Kraven the Hunter movie with Spider-Man, it would still make money. Same
You
thing with
mean
Venom and Morbius. Like you just have to
no?
recast them and do something new with them. But people are, it's not that people hate those characters. They just don't see the point of the
Well,
characters
Morbius is
without
the actor.
Spider-Man.
It's the actor of Morbius, though.
Mhm.
He's strange.
Yeah, Jared Leto.
Yeah, Jared Leto,
Yeah, I don't mind them doing more
man.
Spider-Man animated stuff, but I mean, that's under the condition that Phil and, or sorry, what's it, Chris Lord film? I can't even remember with their
Yeah,
names.
Miller,
Yeah, I always got the mix
Lord
of
and Miller.
Lord and Miller. I'll just say,
Sounds like a Lloyd of the firm. Welcome to Lloyd and
yeah,
Miller.
yeah. They if they're involved, then yeah, it's probably going to be decent. But I think
Mhm.
people just want Spider-Man to be associated with the MCU, and I think there should be more connections to the MCU. I think they really should push
I think
to use Spider-Man characters that are not
I
just
think they all
Spider-Man
want they all
and
they
other.
all want. I think they all want Spider-Man characters to be in with the MCU. Honestly,
Yeah, I mean
all of them.
Sony's not going to give away the rights anytime soon, but if it is going to make more money, I don't see why they can't do that.
I don't think I don't think Miles will be in Spider-Man 4 because Tom Holland's Spider-Man is still relatively young.
Yeah,
Like,
I don't know if Miles will
uh,
be in Spider-Man 4. I mean, it could be possible, and then they
could be.
just yeah, they just kind of rush him so that he could be in Secret Wars. I mean, you never really
Yeah,
know, but Sony should do a spectacular Spider-Man revival. Yeah, I mean, they can bring back a lot of
but I don't
stuff.
want. I don't want a chameleon as the villain.
Same, but I just don't know what villain they could use. Like the only villain I really want to see is Venom, but I guess that would be too premature if you're doing the black suit, right? So
Who is who's the villain we haven't seen as Spider-Man? I think yes. I mean, Rhino. Oh, there's
Rhino,
technically there's no Rhino. Yeah, but Rhino's not a big time
no,
villain either.
no.
He's not like a um. Shocker's in it, but Shocker's like a side villain.
Yeah, there was also a rumor saying that Shocker was going to come back in Spider-Man 4.
I know the guy wants to come back. The
Yeah,
actor says he wants to come back. Shocker was just like muscle, right?
yeah,
Mr. Negative's not a bad idea.
yeah. Mr. Negative would be pretty cool. I think I would prefer Mr.
Um,
Negative over Chameleon,
Chameleon. Yeah.
and everybody wants to see Kingpin, obviously. So, I mean,
Oh, that's not a bad idea. How would because how would the Kingpin dividend the vigilante stuff in New York that should affect Spider-Man 4 because
yeah.
Spider-Man is a vigilante.
I wouldn't mind if
Like, and
that
he's
was
the biggest.
Spider-Man 4. Like the plot of Spider-Man 4 was basically, like the Defenders, but with Spider-Man being the
Any
main
ad,
focus.
any any animated show in the '90s, Kingpin is the one that formed the Sinister Six,
Hmm.
and I forget all the members on. I mean, Doctor Octopus was on it. Mysterio was on it. I think Scorpion was on it. Um, Rhino. I forget who else. But yeah, Kingpin is the one who formed the Sinister
Yeah,
Six in
Spider
the animated
Slayer is
series.
another big character too.
Oh, a Smythe.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, there's Green Goblin. Oh no, we had a Green Goblin.
yeah. I was hearing Mr. Negative long before Blinded Scoop. Yeah, I think Mr. Negative makes a subsets for Spider-Man 4.
You could do Hobgoblin and
Honestly, if Mr. Negative is the main villain for Spider-Man 4, then I would be pretty excited then.
I mean, yeah, you could have. I mean, you could have. Well, I don't know if Rhino, because Rhino's in the is in the. Well, the Rhino we know is from the same universe as
Mhm.
Electro and the Lizard,
Yeah,
right?
but he never
The
showed up.
Garfield universe. Yeah, that's true. And everybody thought he was going to show up. Remember, everybody thought he was going to show up.
Yeah,
But I don't want that Rhino because I like Paul Giamatti as an actor, but he's ridiculous, too over the top.
yeah. I mean, I kind of like
Um,
if the Rhino was like what they did in
I
the
mean,
new animated show.
Scorpion is in prison. What they couldn't do is I don't know what other villains in there. I mean they did they should put back the Vulture,
Mhm.
but if they had like say but they're not gonna do this because they don't have all the villains I'm gonna mention. But if they have like Vulture, put back Vulture in prison, Scorpion, and whoever else,
Uh,
whoever other villain is in there that doesn't have a costume yet, but like becomes somebody, Kingpin could offer them a chance to reduce sentence if they work for him to take down the vigilantes.
mm.
They can do that. You can form the Sister Six that way. Like Scorpion, we know Scorpion's there, right? We see him in the first the 2017, right? We know we've seen him there.
Sorry.
You could do something like that. The Beetle would be cool.
Yeah,
What about Screwball?
The Beetle would be interesting. I don't know if she could be a main villain though.
Screwball should be the main
I
villain.
wouldn't mind if they had like the superior foes of Spider-Man too. That could be
Well,
pretty interesting.
if Screwball's the villain,
Mm.
main villain. Yeah, you know Screwball is guys. You know the
I'd also like to
is their
see the
name
Prowler
Screwball?
come back, like as a
Oh,
villain to
oh yeah,
Spider-Man. I mean, they have a,
yeah. I mean, it's been years, right?
yeah.
It's
I
been
mean,
years. Why not?
they could have Tombstone and Hammerhead. I mean,
Yeah, Tombstone
there's still
Hammerhead.
characters they could use, right? It's just I'm assuming the big characters they would kind of hold on to for you know the movie, right? Like if you want to have like a big event movie, then chances are you're gonna do a Craven or a Venom.
You know what?
Doctor Doom versus
They
Spider-Man and his
mentioned
Amazing Friends. Hmm.
well, how if it's Doctor Doom versus Spider Man's Amazing Friend. You know what? I wouldn't be opposed to Daredevil if they showed like Tombstone or like Hammerhead in that, but they're not going to because Sonny went down. Okay, Sonny doesn't know. Sonny went down, but like I'm not opposed to like show other villains in that from not just Daredevil lore and Daredevil. Build it up. Build up that universe down there, that smaller universe down
I'm
there.
still kind of
Not just
hoping
Daredevil.
Shang-Chi is in Spider-Man 4. Like it would make some
That's the
sense.
rumor you made up.
I know, but if
Some
you, I
people,
mean, it's the same director, right? So,
it is.
I mean, like,
But he's on the West Coast, isn't he? Spider-Man's on the East Coast.
yeah, but I mean, New York. I mean, Shang-Chi
Oh,
is in the comics in New York. Spot.
Spot.
I don't think they're going to use
The
Spot
reason
because
why
of the animated movie, but he would be a pretty cool character.
it'd be funny if we do just like a 2 minute clip of Spot just appearing in the MCU,
I mean,
and he goes back like, "Oh, I'm not."
people were speculating who I'm blanking on his name. Matthew Lillard. Is that how you say his name? He's Shaggy.
Yeah, Matthew
Yeah, yeah.
Lillard.
Because he's gonna be
Yes,
in
yeah.
Daredevil season 2, right? So people are like, "Who's he gonna play?" And people were saying he should play Coyote, and I'm like, "Damn, that'd actually be pretty cool." But you kind of have to have the Spot to explain Coyote. That's the thing, because Coyote stole the Spot powers
What
and he uses
What
them.
about Miles Warren in Spider-Man 4?
The Jackal.
Like the
The
yeah,
Jackal would be pretty cool.
you got
I
you got
always
the
wanted to see. This will probably never happen, but I, I just want to see Punisher go up against Spider-Man just one time, please, somewhere.
oh
Like
yeah.
I've been saying, the game should do it, or It would just be kind of cool, like just to see that one time they go up against each other. But
who actually didn't think Craven was a bad movie. You're gonna get blinded.
what?
I'm actually not surprised. I think I think Tony actually liked it a little bit.
I'm not surprised. Tony liked
Like Tony, no,
Morbius.
you like
Yeah.
Morbius. Maybe he just likes those kind of movies. I don't know. Some people do like those kind of movies. This
Yeah, I still haven't
I
seen.
get
Actually, what I tried to watch, I'm only halfway through it because I stopped last night. I tried to watch.
Morbius.
Um, no, completely unrelated. It's a shitty movie. Electric State. I tried to
Oh,
give it a go.
oh.
Like it's a shitty movie, but not for the reasons why you think. So yeah, I know, totally unrelated, but I don't know if I'll check out Craven or Morbius. I just can't make myself do it. I'm like,
I tried out Craven for you guys. I did it for you guys, not for my entertainment.
Madam Web was hilarious, but these other movies, it's like, I don't know.
No, like Madam Web is the worst of the three.
Yeah, but I mean,
I
it's
like
funny though.
it is funny bad, yeah. Because look, Morbius is bad, but there is some moments in there that made you laugh a little bit,
Hmm.
chuckle a bit, chuckle a bit. Um, but Madam Web was just I just love the discussion film posts. All the actors in the roles they're playing are not going to appear in Doomsday. They put Dakota Johnson and Madam Web. I'm like,
Yeah, no one would
that made me
notice.
laugh so. Yeah, no, no. Stop.
Imagine shit.
Like people like
Imagine
me
Madam
would
Web
notice.
did show up in Secret Wars though.
People watch City Sweetie as Black Cat for two reasons only.
Yeah, I mean,
Obvious. I mean, she thought she was going to be the MCU.
yeah, they all thought
She,
they were gonna be in the
she signed.
MCU. Yeah, I just want to know what Spider-Man, like if it is this whole crossover tie-in idea, what what is it going to be exactly? That's why it's like Chameleon. Like, what? How does that even tie into Doomsday?
Mhm. It may not. It may be one of those Ant Man situations where Ant Man, in the Wasp, the second movie, was taking place during Infinity War,
Yeah, that
and
would be so
at the
lame.
end,
That's the one thing I don't like about that
I
movie.
know.
It's like, why do you have Ant-Man and the Wasp sandwich in between the big movies and there's only like a post-credit scene that ties into all of that? Like, it should have been the main plot of the movie as a tie-in.
Yeah.
Like that's why people like the tie-in comics with the events, right? It's cool to see how like other stories are affected by a major event. Like when it's done right,
Mhm.
at least. It could be annoying for sure, like it stops the pacing of a major story, but when it's done right, it's cool. So if Spider-Man is going to be the only movie that does that, then they have to get it right. Can't be half-ass.
Yeah. Like literally, there's. I mean, Ryan Coogler said Black Panther 3 is not happening anytime soon.
No, he
Like
said it's happening
it's
sooner
not.
than we expect. That's what he said.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's no
he
chance.
just
That's
said
good.
as long as uh Denzel Washington wants to do it, then we should expect it soon. So I'm thinking maybe this is coming out in 2027.
Yeah, yeah, because they would have to. They would have to announce it now between Comic Con because they can start getting on what I mean. Technically, if they announce it, they would have to announce it next year, this Comic Con, and they can start filming next year for it,
Yeah.
right? Well, they're doing Fish, they're doing Secret Wars 2 next year. They're not filming Secret Wars this year. They're filming it next year, also.
It would be
I
cool
think
if
Black
Black
Panther and
Panther
Spider.
was a tie-in as well.
Black Panther, yeah, Black Panther 3 and Spider Man, but it might be the only solo film. Well, you think Black Panther 3 will be after Secret Wars, right?
I mean, I think it makes sense if it's after Secret Wars,
I
but
mean,
like I said,
it's
if
supposedly
if
there's this.
there's if we're not getting T'Challa in Secret Wars,
I,
then maybe you should just do a tie-in.
supposedly there's a film like scheduled for February 2026. That's not happening.
No, they
That's
would
not
have
happening. They're
announced
not. They're
that.
not gonna. Yeah, some time ago. Yeah, that's not happening either. That's not happening. Yeah, Doctor Strange 3. Like
Yeah, Doctor
Doctor
Strange
Strange
3.
3 could be the Doctor Strange 3 could be a movie between 2026 and 2027 between Secret Wars and Doomsday. Also,
I wouldn't
that
mind
could be a
too if they
tie-in.
did a tie-in with Deadpool.
Oh, that'd be
Because they
hilarious.
did
Yeah,
do Deadpool's Secret War, or I think it was Secret War, sorry.
couple.
Where it was like Deadpool in the original Secret Wars and he was like messing around. So I mean a Deadpool tie-in would be kind of cool, but I don't know how it I mean with all the stuff with Ryan Reynolds now, I don't know if they're gonna do something.
What do you think? I think Dwayne Moss is fine. I don't think I don't think the Blake Lively situation is going to really hurt Ryan
Uh,
Reynolds.
I think he might be a little busy, is what I mean. Like I don't think he's gonna be involved with trying to make another Deadpool movie for quite some time.
Well, yeah, I think he might be in Secret Wars.
Oh yeah, he's definitely gonna be in
He'll
Secret
probably be.
Wars. But I mean to make a movie, because he is pretty involved with making Deadpool.
Yeah, but he won't be involved making. But Secret Wars, if he's in it, he's not gonna have that much involvement like he would have Deadpool,
No, yeah.
right?
I do wonder who are gonna be the main characters of Secret Wars. Like I'm guessing She-Hulk, Hulk, Spider-Man, Wolverine, probably Star-Lord, and I'd probably throw in Rocket Raccoon too. Um,
The one of the reasons why Chris Pratt may not be in Doomsday because apparently he might start
yeah,
filming
the
the second
Terminal
season for the
List.
Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why. Even though they said Star Lord is returning. I mean, they said it in Doomsday. I'm not Doomsday. Guardians 3 at the end. Star Lord will return. He didn't
They
say
probably
where.
want all of the characters that they know can be like semi-popular, like extremely popular in Secret Wars.
Yeah. Are we getting only 5 films in Phase 6? Right now we're only getting 3 confirmed.
Fantastic
Uh,
Four. Well,
and then four
four, yeah.
films. 4 films. Avengers and Spider-Man. Right now. And 2 shows. Two shows with Vision's Crest and Daredevil season 2.
Hmm.
As of right now. Oh, Wonder Man
Wonder
3.
Man.
I can't forget Wonder Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also that's another
Ironheart's the
thing
last
too
Space Force.
is Wonder Man gonna show up in these movies or probably not? Like it's just gonna be
That's
kind
not
of weird
that's
to introduce a new character and then he just doesn't show up again for quite some time.
yeah. I mean, we had to wait 2 years to see Chadwick Boseman in his own film after Civil War.
Mhm.
Right? You can't. It was like April 2016, right? April
May.
2016, and then
Yeah.
like February or May. Yeah, April, May, and then February of
18.
2018. We had to wait like 2 years. Uh, Wonder Man and Vision's Crest
Yeah,
and
Daredevil
Daredevil.
season two.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They're doing 3 shows this year. Well, Daredevil's already out, and they're going to do
Ironheart.
Ironheart. When Ironheart's been done for a while.
Yeah.
Um,
We should probably be getting a trailer maybe in May, maybe or
mhm.
April.
Yeah. It's not going to be a CinemaCon because CinemaCon is just for films
Yeah.
only. And guys, let you know, CinemaCon is going to just preview stuff for the summer slate. It's not going to preview stuff for next year.
Right.
That's not what CinemaCon does. Okay, just a summer slate. So so you might get stuff like maybe for Superman,
Mm,
maybe Mortal Kombat, even though Mortal Kombat is not a summer movie, but Superman, maybe Fantastic Four, Jurassic World. It's mostly just for films in the next few
right.
months, and there'll be people there. It's just that's all it is. It's not good. It's not an event where they're going to announce a movie for 2026, 2027. It's just basically a preview of upcoming stuff
Mm,
for this year. Basically, that's what CinemaCon is for films only. Okay, because TV has a TV up front next month. That's the TV side of things. Okay, I have a life. No, you don't, Red. You're dead.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, Red.
What's up, Brad?
Where have you been today, Red?
I just realized, what
Where
is
have you
his
been, Red?
profile picture? Who is
Oh, I
that
think
guy?
it's somebody.
Please be
Oh,
patient. I have autism. Jesus.
who he said that?
And on the profile picture, his hat says that.
Oh,
Well, who is that guy? That's what I want to know.
um, I think is that supposed to be Cynic, Red? Making fun of
Is
Cynic.
it? What the hell? There's no
Yeah,
way.
you heard of him before.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. So did you read Hush too?
I read the first issue. Yeah,
What happens in it?
I don't know.
I couldn't really go to the comic store today, so I was not today, this week, sadly. So I might have to read it
Yeah.
digitally.
Hush comes back. Batman was seeing the Joker, right? But Joker gets away, but Hush managed to get to the Joker and kind of basically hangs him up,
Oh.
like hangs him up, chains and stuff, and he just throws like those surgical, not knives, but those surgical scalpels and
Mhm.
stuff. He throws up the Joker
Mm,
stuff at his arteries because Hush is a surgeon, right? So he knows where the arteries are at the Joker because he doesn't like the Joker. He hates the Joker, right? And Hush is like telling him, yeah, in 2 or 3 more hours, you're most likely will die. You'll bleed to death. And Batman's investigating because he didn't capture the Joker, even though, and wants to make sure the Joker is back at Arkham, but he's trying to investigate where the Joker is. He finds the Joker and he starts monologuing to himself. He
mm,
sees the Joker there bleeding, and it looks like it's dying. And Batman is monologuing to himself, like, should I let him bleed to death? Because he's a
right.
Joker. But he's like, something's not right here. These cuts on Joker's bodies. This is precision. This is precision kind of stuff. It's
Mm,
like, and he piece it all together. This is done by Tommy Elliott Hush,
right.
right? And he obviously is not going to leave the Joker to die because that's not who he is, right?
Mhm.
And
I do
but
wonder,
yeah,
will
that's
they
that's
explain how Hush managed to disappear in the original comic?
yeah
'Cause it
because
was never explained.
yeah because he just gets shot and ends up in the river,
Yeah.
right? And it says Superman went looking for him but couldn't
Yeah, he
find
couldn't
him.
find him.
Like
Yeah. Yeah, it was
it's
never
almost like
explained. The Heart of Hush never explained
yeah.
that. They just oof.
Well, he didn't even come back hard enough. Remember, he came back in Gotham Knights, the comics. The one when he didn't wear the shirt
Oh,
because he remember
nah,
he
not
took
really. No.
during the
Gotham
gang war.
Knights.
Yeah, he was during the gang war. There was a gang war with put going on, and he took down the Joker, went after the Riddler.
Mm,
Uh, that's really yeah. Like Joker is literally afraid of Hush. Like Joker is usually not afraid of anybody. Not like, but Hush. Well, Hush is the one guy he was legitimately afraid of.
right. Well, I think the relaunch for
Remember?
Batman is actually in the fall. I don't think it's in the summer. I have to check again because it's not in the.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, we didn't get the solicitations for July or August, but I thought they said it was
No.
like September or October or just fall.
Black Suit Daredevil. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm surprised you got the
yeah.
symbiote.
So the
I'm
black
kidding.
suit Daredevil suit, I do like it. I like that it has like I don't know if he just painted over the red suit or if it has like this kind of I don't know what you would call it, but like a mix of red, like red streaks are on it. Um, but I like it. It's not Shadowland black suit. It's the Charles Soule black suit. So I do kind of wonder if there's like a significance to it. Probably we would know by the end of this season something happens, but I don't know. I like the look of it
Hmm.
though for sure.
No, it's with blind. It's a symbiote. I think it's a symbiote. It becomes
Oh
Venom.
man.
I'm kidding.
Have you seen
That'd be
Symbiote
cool.
Daredevil before?
Um,
You should
no.
look it up. It's pretty cool.
I seen Carnage symbiotes on Wolverine, Captain America, and all the other
Mm.
characters. Have you seen that?
No, I never seen
The
Carnage.
red.
I seen a
You ever read the art Carnage USA?
oh, I know that comic, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. He has like a family. The Carnage had like a family of like red symbiotes.
Oh,
Eric Razor is good.
is anybody keeping up with the all new Venom? Because there was a massive
Mm,
leak. Spoilers, I guess. Because in the all new Venom, they had four candidates of who could be the new Venom. So it was Luke Cage, Robbie Robinson.
Reyes.
No, no, no,
Oh, obviously.
Robertson. You know the guy who works at the Daily Bugle, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Madam
The
Mask
editor, whatever.
and Rick Jones, right? So apparently it was none of the four, and the person who is actually Venom is, wait for it, Mary
That's
Jane.
not good. Oh,
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a fake out, to be honest. I'm like, there's no way it's Mary Jane. Because it's like, first off, one, I don't really understand the significance of Venom being like having like gold on him. Because I honestly thought it was going to be Luke Cage. Oh, September. It should be in June. Okay. Yeah, I might pick up that Batman #1, by the way, when it comes out.
Spawn. Spawn, baby. Over ISO.
But yeah, so yeah, I don't know what to think. People are upset because it's like weird or whatever. But I mean it's not a big deal in my opinion. Like it was literally a mystery for a reason. And it's not gonna stick anyway. So who really cares? I mean, Eddie right now is Carnage, which again is not gonna last. It only happened because of all
Of
the
course
stuff
not.
with Venom War. So
You know, Blind, I gotta go now because I
mm,
gotta go out now and get some food.
okay. It was nice
That's
coming
it.
on and talking though.
Yeah, I gotta go.
So what did we learn
Yeah, that's why
today?
I did this
Fuck
early.
Sad Max and fuck Daniel RP.
Sad backs,
Yeah, fuck Daniel RPK.
scoopers.
My time to shine. Viewer anonymous. You piece of shit. Um, yeah, fuck the scoopers. I hope you lose money. I hope you go bankrupt, and I hope you get out of this game. Do something else. Do something more productive.
Yeah, going to gambling. Ooh, oh, they're already doing that.
Yes, go back to selling NFTs.
NFTs. Oh yeah, that's bad. I just remember Brie Larson went into that
Yeah,
business. Oh my,
fuck NFTs, man.
people got pissed when she did that.
No one knows why Mary Jane is wearing the Venom symbiote though. So
Yeah. Well, Blinded, you planning to stream? I know you were planning the Thursday
yeah,
last this past Thursday.
Thursday. Well, I didn't say this, but I had a blackout on Thursday, so I couldn't
Oh,
stream. Yeah, I don't know what happened.
oh, okay.
Everywhere in my area just blackout, and it came back at like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was watching Looney Tunes,
Oh,
which, by the way, go watch Looney Tunes. That shit was good.
the
Yeah, the
movie?
movie.
Where's it on?
It's still in theaters.
Uh, uh, oh, you saw it in the theater? You got blackout in the theaters?
No, no, no. My house was in a blackout,
Oh,
so then I just decided to go watch it. But then it came
go back to
back
Silent Meth
at
because
one o'clock in the morning.
Mr.
It was
Neurotic.
crazy.
Mr. Neurotic.
But yes,
Goes back to
that
Silent
that
Meth.
it's a
The worst,
pretty good movie.
the worst blackout ever happened to me was when I was in the shower and the blackout
Oh
happened. The lights
shit.
turned off.
That must have
It's
sucked.
it's.
You got windows in your
I
washroom?
was very nope.
Oh fuck.
I was Oh, I had to be very slow,
Yeah.
right?
Oh
So
man. Yeah, that has never happened
yeah,
to me, luckily.
I don't want it to happen to
No.
anybody. But yeah, guys, thank you. I'll be back tomorrow.